A geopolitical update. Meloni has just won the elections in Italy and she now has the biggest party. Together with Salvini and Berlusconi, we expect her to form a coalition and for her to be the prime minister. While she has no real experience as prime minister or in the government, then Berlusconi has experience and cooperation he can contribute from his experience. Meloni has a very strong personality. She is charismatic. She comes from the working class. People identify with her, and she was elected based on the premise to deal with the immigration. However, this does not align with the EU policy. And Italy is one of the three founding founders of the EU, together with Germany and UK. So the EU is not going to like it, and we know what the EU does to your country when he does not like you. Basically, she can get disconnected from the SWIFT and many things can be done. Mainly economic sanctions. Not buying your country bonds, which means you cannot get new debt to finance your country. This is called a Euro fiat attack, which can basically, practically for the civilians, shut down the ATM. This means that if she has this strong personality and is willing to go on her way, which in democracy is what the people has chosen and they have chosen her, then she is going to need to prepare. First, she needs to find alternatives to the SWIFT in order such that when there would be sanctions, she would have a flow of money flowing in Italy. Second, she needs to have a backup currency to the euro, possibly reintroducing the lira. And third, she must have new sources of credit in case the euro will stop buying Italy's bonds. Italy is a very rich country with many resources, so she is going to have the lever if she does it and if she consistently prepares her backup plan. The big question is whether Meloni is currently aware of this and plans for the future. Because the EU will try to have Italy fully aligned, but basically she was elected in the democracy based on not being fully aligned with the EU, especially with dealing with immigration, with getting back to family values, and with returning the law and order, which the EU is now suffering from problems. Italy is quite a rich country. It has many resources. It is not perceived as a rich country, but it actually has many resources and has the second largest industrial base, except for Germany. So Meloni would need to deal with the ECB, with the European Central Bank, as a prime minister. She got not too long ago, a couple of years ago, only 4% in the election, and now she is going to be the prime minister. This only tells us how much the public wanted to elect her and how much problems Italy has. She is very charismatic with the crowds, with the Italians, because it looks like she talks from her heart. But she has no experience. But here will come Berlusconi to the rescue, because her coalition would be with Salvini and with Berlusconi. Berlusconi and Salvini received basically the same amount of, in general, the same amount of seats. They are practically equal in these elections. The main leverage that the EU is going to have over Italy is by the fiat money, by the euro. Shutting down SWIFT, no ATM, sanctions. So they should store things for a rainy day, such as storing gold for a rainy day and creating backup plans and creating backup systems for both the flow of money and in order to be able to get credit. basically getting out of the system, being out of the system and having other ways to have the money flow, to get credit, and to keep letting your economy move on while you are being under sanctions.